Hello, everyone. This is our new ergonomics safety course. I'm Sofia Surgi. I'm from the health and safety area. This is Albert Castañar. He's going to be our teacher for the day. And we've prepared some complicated setups thanks to our communications department. So we're going to see mostly an office desk, like the one you could have here at ICN2, and then some home setups that you can fix. Just so you know, your mic is open as much as ours, so we can hear you. Please let us know if there's anything you want to mention or ask. We're going to be listening to you as well. So, on to you.
Thank you, Sophia. We want this very dynamic. So I'm going to ask you, people that you are at home, I guess, anything related to this practice. And I want you to participate. So we're going to start to see how do we sit in our desk, okay? So I need a volunteer who is here. So I don't know your names. If you can introduce yourself, please.
I'm Pablo.
Okay.
I'm from the Nanosensors and Analytical Applications Group.
Thank you, Pablo, for being here.
I'm Razia Batul, and I'm also from Nanosciences and Bioanalytical Applications Group. So we are.
Okay, thank you for coming. So who wants to start? Who wants to show us how to sit on this desk?
Okay, I can start.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So as you see, this is not how
Yeah.
to sit. Okay. So you need to fix it. So to fix it for us.
Okay.
Okay. And anyone at home, please feel free to participate. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So usually I sit like for me it's down, little bit down. And
Okay. So for her is too low the seat. So you're going to rise it.
Yes.
Okay. So do you know how to rise it?
Yeah. I don't know.
Do you have this chair?
I have the other one.
Do you have the new one?
Yeah, this maybe.
Do you want to change it?
No, I have. I have.
Or you have the old one?
I don't have this chair. I don't know how to operate it, but I have the other one. Like I just put it up and it goes up.
Yeah, the same working, I guess.
Okay.
Not this one,
Okay.
the closed one.
Okay. Yes, for me it's fine. Like I just start working like this and.
Okay, and how do you know the height of the seat?
Height?
Yeah, the height.
My height must be like, for me it should be like this elbow is like this level.
Okay.
So my hand with this mouse is like this. I don't want like this the down and I'm doing like this. Otherwise my this shoulder get bad. So I prefer to like this.
Okay, so can anyone tell me there at home which is the elbow degree that is maybe the best? Or I see your name, so I can ask you directly. I have Ana de la Osa, for example. They are chatting. I don't know if they are.
Can you hear me?
Hello? Anyone there?
See,
Okay,
we're having some sound issues. We're trying to fix them. You should be able to talk, and we should be able to hear you. I can see, Anna, that you unmuted your mic and tried to say something. So just give us a second. Alex is trying to figure this out. In the meantime, what we were
Yeah.
saying is, wow,
Yeah.
it's basically she was mentioning her elbow angle, so she doesn't want to work like that on the table because
Yeah.
apparently it hurts your shoulder.
Yes.
Yeah, so that's what she was saying.
Yeah.
So in this case, I answered the question for you. 90 degrees is the best option.
Yeah. Okay.
So once we have fixed
Mm-hmm.
the height of the seat,
Mm-hmm.
then how do we proceed?
Proceed. What? They working?
No, I mean
The
making this comfortable.
Okay. For me, usually I sit here like this.
Okay.
So I something I know, but I have to relax my body. But I do work like this.
So you don't rest your back on the backrest?
For some time I take rest like this, and then then after that I got some relax to my body, and then I will just start working with it. So my body just is like this.
Okay, so once we have decided the height of the seat,
Mhm.
then we need to see our feet.
Yeah. You
Maybe your feet is hanging on the air, I see.
Yeah.
So what do you think you should need here?
I need some footstep. I think I need some footstep.
A
But
footrest?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
I
So
don't know.
my feet are just like this always.
Okay, we don't have a footrest, I guess, but
Okay.
we can make one for you.
Okay, thank you.
Okay,
Can
maybe
okay,
it's
like,
too high.
Too much?
but
Just
yeah,
fix it
it's
yourself.
too high.
Too
for
high,
me.
so-
I can put it down one.
Okay, so when you're here in the office, do you use a footrest?
No.
So do you think now that maybe you need a footrest?
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, maybe.
So what are you going to do?
I'm going to do like ask to my responsibles who
Yeah.
are responsible for this, or
Okay, to send you a footrest.
yes.
Perfect. So next, let's move to the next step.
Yeah.
You were talking about the mouse and the keyboard.
Yeah.
So please feel free to set up this
Okay. It's here.
on your way.
Oh. I usually sit here like this and like this. If I have to typing, then I do this like this. So it's my way to use the
Okay,
keyboard.
so here I can see that your arm's position is good, and you're resting half of the lower arm.
Okay.
Okay. Maybe you are inclining a bit or deviating your lower arm.
Okay.
It's okay.
Okay.
It's okay. It's okay. But the important thing is that your wrist,
Mm-hmm.
you don't deviate your wrist. Okay.
Okay.
So you don't do this.
Yeah.
Okay, or you don't do this. You just keep your wrist straight. Okay.
Okay, like this.
Like this. Perfect.
Okay. Okay.
And what happens with the mouse?
And it usually plays here.
Yes.
When I have to use mouse, then I will like
Okay.
this.
And are you comfortable with all these documents here?
No.
So you can remove it. So you make your desk.
Okay.
Create your desk. Okay.
Usually
We've been told that we can now hear you, so feel free to participate.
yeah, I think now it's fine for me. Okay, this is something.
All right. So we stop here, and now from home, how can we make this better, more comfortable? What do you think? There are things pending to fix. So can anyone tell us what more to do here? Dun, 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 dun.
You will have to pick up a name.
Okay.
Ana de la Osa. No, not working. Please, anyone can say hello just to
Just to check if we can hear you.
if it is working properly.
Hello.
Okay. Who are you? Who are you? Anna?
Hello, it's Nuria.
Nuria. How are you, Nuria?
Fine.
Okay. So could you please tell us what more we can do to make this position more comfortable?
I think maybe the screen is too high.
The screen is too high. Okay. Do you think the screen is too high?
No, for me it's not. For
Okay.
me it's not.
And Nuria, how do you know that the screen is too high? Which is the reference that we take here?
Her eyes and the top part of the screen should be on the same
level?
Level, yeah.
All right. So is the top of the screen at the same side level?
To my eyes or
Yeah,
this
to your eyes.
No, my eyes like this, but the top is here.
So?
I don't know. It should be like down or no, but for me, it's fine.
Because you're used to work like
Yes,
this.
yes.
That's how you made yourself used to. But what Nuria is saying is correct.
Okay.
So the
I
top
can
level
move
of the screen
Okay.
should be at your eye level. So from that camera, it's harder to see because it's a bit higher, but it wasn't all the way level.
Okay.
But you do need to take it like lower. So
Okay.
obviously you
This,
can
we have to remove this.
exactly.
Okay, I can.
We can help you. Yeah.
That goes, which is a very, very common mistake.
Okay.
Notice that if we have the screen too high, then our neck position would be on this way instead of more a neutral position or relaxed position. Okay. You think that it's a comfortable one. In fact, she thought that, but maybe later, sooner or later,
Yeah.
okay, you can have injuries. You can injure your back. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
It's not something you would realize in one day of work.
Exactly.
Maybe not the
Years
first couple of years,
or
but because we're young.
Yeah.
But as soon as you spend decades working in the same position, from that camera you'll see you'll be looking up like that to your screen, which is not it's not lined with your back. So you should always work as as straight as possible. So your back should be in the same line as your neck.
Okay.
In a way.
Okay. Okay.
okay. Thank you, Nuria. So, who wants to participate? Any volunteer? We have more things to fix.
Can anyone see any other usual mistakes or deduce or maybe imagine or maybe even comment on what you guys do, what you guys think you're not doing right, or is there anything bothering you from your office, from your desk, or how you sit?
Okay, let's pick a name. Julio Gomez. We want to listen to you, Julio.
Hello.
Hi, Julio. How are you? Julio?
Yes. Let me know.
Yes. Okay.
Sorry.
Thank you. So, what do you think about the backrest? Do you think is it on a proper position?
Now, oh, I think so. Yes, I think she's in a correct position.
You think it's in a correct position?
Yeah.
Okay. Anyone else?
Maybe the chair can be a bit up, down. I think because yes, the back is not.
Just so you guys can see, there is a hole there's space between the back of the seat and her back, which
Yeah, they can see it. Yeah.
it shouldn't be. So maybe we should fix that.
Okay.
So do you know how to fix that?
No, I never fixed it.
You never fixed it?
No. No.
Okay.
So that's number one rule.
Okay.
Because that's where your body rests.
Okay.
And your body's the one doing the physical work. Even though we're sitting, we believe there's not much going on, but there is, because you're constantly, you said before, my body's not relaxed.
Exactly.
You're constantly like tense because you're not sitting, because your chair is not molding to your body, which should be.
Okay.
You're holding your trunk, your back. You're holding it.
Yeah.
So you don't need to hold it. You need to rest it.
Okay.
So do you know how to fix that?
I just rest like this for some time and then
Okay.
I don't know how to fix
Okay.
it.
There is a lever for that as well.
This one? I don't know.
I think it's on the
I
other
think it's
side.
that one, this one here.
Okay.
Since we're
How can it fall?
Okay, rest your back, and now try to change the position.
No.
Push first. Push on.
Push.
Yeah, and then you should be able to.
No.
It's not working. Show
No.
it.
Okay.
Show it yourself. Stand up.
Okay.
Let me try it.
Yeah.
Let's see. So we're seeing. Be careful with that line. We're seeing there's a bunch of people who don't know how to fix their chairs. Not just you. This was perfect for the example, but
So
go for it.
it was hard, okay, but I could. So I just pull it, okay. I just pull it up, and then I can decide the angle. So for me, maybe this one is okay. So do you know which degree should be the backrest? Can anyone tell it?
We're waiting for the online people.
I have the list, you know.
It's all right. Doesn't matter.
Okay.
So basically, if you can see from that other camera, his back is 90 degrees with the seat, which what should be.
Yeah, it's not 90 maybe is too straight.
Yeah. 90 from 100.
So 100, between 90, 100, or even just for a while if you want to go to 110. Anyway, but 100 for me, I think is the best way. Okay. So if you want to finish, yeah. So let's try now. And you will need to fix again the seat level.
Okay.
Is this lever?
Yeah.
Okay.
This time. Yeah.
Maybe a bit higher.
Yeah.
And you put rest your feet?
Yeah.
Your feet on the. Okay.
It's fine. This lever, right? This one.
Yes.
Yes, for me, it's this. No, it's good. Yeah. Yes.
You want to recline it more?
I think it's maximum.
No, I mean more to bend it.
Like this.
Or maybe it's too much for you?
Yeah, it's fine for me.
Okay, because
Yeah.
I see that the footrest is
Up.
no it's just stopping the wheels, you know,
It's too close to the chair. So basically, when you get a proper
Okay,
footrest,
now.
instead of a bunch of paper boxes, it's farther deep into the table.
Yeah.
So you should be able to move the chair
Like
to the
okay.
to the yeah. So just push
Exactly.
that.
Like this.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay.
You were too far away from the desk. Okay.
So
Okay.
remember that earlier you mentioned that you were always like bending forward instead of reclining back.
Yeah.
It shouldn't be either of like none of those options is the right one. You should always work comfortably close to the desk and resting your back.
Yeah, I think now I'm feeling much relaxed than
Okay.
the previous one. Yes, it's not like something stretching, some kind of stress. So I
Okay.
feel relaxed now. Yeah,
Perfect. And the mouse, how do you use this mouse?
like this.
How many fingers do you use for that?
It's the same right now. Like this. It's the same.
You use 2 fingers?
Yes, too.
Okay. Have you ever asked yourself if maybe you can use 3 instead of 2? Yeah, that way.
How can I?
Now you realize that. So maybe you can use exactly 1 for the left button, the middle for the
This?
the wheel,
Okay.
and the other one for
Right.
the right button.
Okay. Yeah.
It's weird now.
Yeah.
Okay?
It's weird. Yeah.
Because you're not used to that.
No.
But if you keep practicing that way,
Okay.
at the end you will be used to that.
Keep in mind that no one has really taught us how to do these things because they seem so obvious that we don't overthink it. We just think, oh, there's 2 buttons. I probably just need 2 fingers. But actually, for your whole arms like position and your hands position and your wrist position, it's better to have 3 fingers on your mouse.
Okay.
So you don't bend your hand. So the idea is to have it as straight as possible. If you're only using 2 fingers, you're most likely gonna bend it sideways, and that's eventually gonna cause some problem. I mean,
Okay.
maybe not, but it might. So
Okay.
don't risk it.
Okay.
And
So is it okay if we switch?
Yeah, fine.
so
You've done enough. Thank you very much.
Thanks.
Pablo,
Thank you.
your turn. Come in and show us how you would do it.
we can change of chair.
Yeah, because this one's already well adjusted for Katia. Yeah, grab that one.
Okay.
Basically, because you're now just sitting here, start all over again, but like just go through it as you would do on your office. Like adjust the chair, adjust the things on your table. So you have to be comfortable. Like this, you're gonna work in like 30 seconds. Go.
Okay. So first of all, I get like the distance between my body and this, and also I try to tune a little bit the height of the chair. So
Okay,
in my
so
opinion,
he's adjusting the height. Okay.
I think this is the proper one. I don't know if I'm right or not. But for me, it's important also to have the mouse like in the same like straight with my arm. Yeah.
Perfect. Okay.
This
we
one.
didn't tell this before.
And also I normally use only 2 fingers, so I may get used to use 3 instead.
You're using.
Yeah, normally I use 2.
You
I've never
usually
tried
use
3. Yeah,
2. Okay.
yeah. And for me, it's important to have like a straight line between my arm and the mouse to feel comfortable. And also, I think I would be like this. I don't know if I'm too close or not, but for me, this is the more comfortable.
Okay, so the distance between the screen and your eyes, do you think is it okay? Is it a good one?
I think so. I'm not quite sure, but for me, I think it's comfortable. Because
Does anyone know what the actual correct distance is? Is there a perfect one? Anyone home?
Come on, Hector Torres. We want to hear you.
Excuse me, what?
So do you know what is the correct distance in between your eyes and your screen?
I think it should be like half a meter, somewhat like that.
Half a meter?
Half a meter.
Maybe
Yeah, could.
between 25 and half a meter.
Okay.
Between 35 and half a meter.
25, I said.
25.
25. Okay, maybe 25.
I know that the focus distance of the eye is about 25, which is the distance you should reading in paper. But it feels very close to the screen for me.
Yeah,
so I just figured it out that half a meter should be okay.
Yeah, well, okay, in this case, between 40 and 60 is okay. But if you extend your, can you extend, okay.
Okay.
Okay, so now you more or less know the distance.
That's a good rule.
It's a good one. Instead of measuring.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
There's no perfect measure. For an easy one, you just like raise your arm and see if the screen touches the tip of your fingers. That's it.
Okay.
Perfect. And do you work with only one screen, or you use two screens, or the screen and a laptop?
Normally, I'm used to work with only one screen.
Only one screen.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's imagine that now you need to copy a lot of data from one document to another document, and then you use two screens, or in this case, we have here a laptop. So, how would you put this laptop?
I think that for me it would be more comfortable if I have like a laptop. I can take this out. So I'm putting this out. So for me, I think the more comfortable would be like this, lying tap. So when I like move a little bit the neck, I can see the whole screen.
Okay.
So for me, it would be like this. But I don't know.
Do you have a space for using the mouse?
Maybe that's a good point. So I would take this a little bit far, so I have more range with my mouse. So for me, I think this could be the right one, but I'm not quite sure. So
okay, anyone at home that uses two screens or one screen and a laptop want to say anything?
Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Is it okay to not use a mouse and just use the trackpad systematically, or I mean, do we have to commit to using a mouse also when we are working from home?
You mean the trackpad of the laptop?
Yes. Or if, for example, if the laptop is your main system and you are just using one screen plus the laptop.
So you're using one screen and the laptop?
Yes. Sometimes I'm doing one screen and the laptop, and sometimes I'm using the same setup as he's using. And I want to know if I should have two mouses, if I should have one mouse, or if I can live without a mouse.
Okay, and where do you put the laptop? On the right, on the left, or maybe under the screen?
If I'm using it at a side thing, I'm putting it on the right. But if I am using the laptop as the main device connected to the screens, I have it in front of me.
In front of you. Okay. There is not only one solution there, okay? But for me, it's better to use a mouse instead of the
mouse pad.
The mouse pad, okay? But if you during a while you don't have a mouse and you use the pad, okay? No matter. If it's for a while, but all day using the pad for me is not good. I mean, we have a mouse and it was created for that, and it's more comfortable, and you will keep this position that we were talking, or he told us before, not to forcing it. Okay, so let's imagine we remove the mouse. Can you try to?
Just put it in front of you as if you were working.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. No matter what is going on here.
Just so now he's using the mouse pad, right? So what are his arm positions? Like, is he working straight or is he just bending his arms to work on the mouse pad? Is the wrist comfortable sitting on the table, or is your wrist, when you're using the mouse pad, like forced because of the laptop itself and just using the tip of your fingers? So that's the kind of questions you should ask yourself. Are you actually comfortable using the mouse pad?
Not really. I don't think so, because I feel my wrist a little bit forced. So I think for a long time it would be like a little bit hard to keep using it the same way as I use the mouse.
Exactly. So of course, if you don't have, or like let's say you need to work on your laptop for an hour, well, you don't need to set up a whole office space if you're working for an hour on your kitchen or anywhere. Like, you can use your mouse pad. That's why it is there. But if you're gonna work your whole day on the mouse pad, that might not be the perfect setup for you or your wrist, basically. So I hope that's an answer for you.
Yeah.
This is that's the scientists. They told that, okay? They say that, okay? But that's for 99% of people. So if you feel comfortable in that way and you never have any injuries on your shoulder or back, okay, you can keep on that way. But you should know that 99% of people can have a problem or can have an injury related to that because of this position, okay? And you told us before that you can use it as well, putting the laptop on one side. So now, can you pretend you're working and you're using the mouse pad?
Yeah, I would use it like this, but for me, it would be, you have to force it.
You have to deviate.
Yeah.
You have to deviate the wrist. Okay. So I don't know if you are seeing that, but he's deviating this. So and maybe you don't realize that, okay? Because you're already used to that. So what was your name? The one who
Jose
was
Maria.
Jose Maria.
So Jose Maria, I would ask you next time or now, if you are, I guess you're on the computer. So to work as you usually do, okay, and think about this. How is my wrist position?
Yeah.
How is my arm position? Is it too far, or is it at the same line on my shoulder? Okay.
Yeah.
Because if you extend, and now we're going to remove this, you can have the mouse. So if you extend your arm using the mouse, okay, on this way, or maybe you can rest it, but you can, okay, because I see some employees that, yes, we can remove it, but they, yes, use the mouse far away from the body, okay. In this case, the injury is going to be back and shoulder, okay?
We're going to show you there. So what he means is instead of working right by the edge of the table, most people just go full in on the center of the table.
Or even not on the edge. Can you put it on the edge? More, okay? Or okay? Or well, in this case, nobody, but not resting the half of the lower arm, okay? We have the same problem, or we have another problem here, okay? Because you are now opening it, okay? So best option is half of the arm, okay? No deviations, 3 fingers, okay? And from time to time, rest, okay? Because now we have the best position, okay? But our bodies they are not used to, or they are not prepared for working 8 hours on a computer. Okay, so even using the best position that the doctors or scientists they showed us has to be, we can still have issues. Okay, we can still have injuries. So it's important to rest from time to time, to stand up. Okay, even I will recommend you to sit during 5 minutes on a bad way. Like, can you stand up? Like, I mean, you go for a coffee at home, okay, or in the office, and you return to your position, and okay, maybe you just sit on a bad way, very bad way, okay, but during 5 minutes on this position, you are breaking the blood and all the your body system, okay, and you're making rest some muscles and some bones, etc. Okay, 5 minutes, no more. Okay, and then when you realize that you're on a bad position, you return to the, let's say, the best position that we have learned today. Okay, and to finish on this desk, okay, you have arm holders, okay, I guess it's the name, or
Armrests.
armrest, okay. Now that you can adjust them, okay. So if at home maybe, or your armrest touches the table, okay, you need to lower them, or even if you cannot lower because there are chairs, maybe you have a chair at home that you already bought, maybe you cannot adjust them, so you need to remove them, okay, because it's very important to keep the distance as we have told, okay. I'm tall, okay, so I don't need a full rest, okay, but it's important that your feet support all your body, okay. So if you need to make a balance adjustment with your lower back because you don't touch the ground totally, then you can do two things. Maybe you can lower a bit the seat, okay. You can lower it a bit. Then the 90 degrees is now 85, okay. But I think it's better to have 85 degrees and hold very well your body with your feet, instead of having 90 but then balancing all the time. It's obviously we cannot use a footrest for 2 fingers, okay. So as we cannot use a footrest for 2 or 3 fingers, no problem, let's lower it a bit, okay, but my full body is completely resting while I'm working, okay.
So basically, the important thing from this is that there is no perfect angle, there is no perfect distance, there is no the most important thing is that you are comfortable and then your body is not in either way tense when working. You should be like sitting down should be a relaxed position. So if you're bending forward, even when you're working with two computers, you might be, that's my camera. You might be like turning your torso to look at your like smaller screen instead of looking at your like big screen. Wrong. Like your body should always be resting if you're like turning around or, as I said, bending forward, bending backwards. Those are great positions for resting, but not for working a certain amount of hours. Same thing what he was saying with the footrest. If there's a minimum, like a minimal distance between your feet and the ground, of course you might not be able to use a proper footrest. So just adjust the other things a bit. Some people can even adjust their tables. So maybe instead of adjusting your chair into a more uncomfortable position, you could lower your table down. That depends on how the setup is here. I'm not sure you can modify.
Usually you can modify that, but you should know that this is the best the best solution. If you're at home, you have a table that you can adjust it, is the best solution because there is no footrest need at all.
No, yeah.
Okay, but we know that usually people have a table that we cannot adjust it. Okay, so this is why we need to adjust the chair, think about the footrest, all these things.
Yeah.
Okay?
One last thing before we move on to our next setup is, has anyone noticed how uncomfortable has it been to move things around the table? Like we've constantly been moving like the phone, the photograph, the calculator, the papers, the laptop. That's not how, like, so as soon as we say sit down and work, you basically think, all right, I'm sitting down, I have my chair, I have my screen, that's it, ready to work. Just pause for a second and prepare your surroundings. So if you're working with two computers, make sure you have space for both computers. So all of this, do you need this when you're working with your computer at that exact moment? Gone. If you don't, out. Put it on another table, put it on a closet, anywhere you may have some space. If you don't have space, then maybe fix them on the table in a way that they don't take much amount of space so that you can move other things around, such as the laptop, such as the calculator. If you need it at some point, just take it, need it, put it away when you're finished. Same thing with photographs. I'm not a big fan of having decorations on a work desk.
I'm not.
This is super cool. It's very nice to look at your family photo when you're working, but is it really necessary? Is it taking up some space you might actually need to work or to move things around? Off, put it on the wall. Same thing with everything else. So it's not just about how you physically sit down or you prepare your working stuff, basically. So computer, keyboard, mouse, great. But everything around you is also going to help you have the correct position and the correct amount of movement that you need. So always keep things you use all the time close to you, things you use sometimes, move them as far away from your usual space of work, or just put them away and use that 2-second break to stand up and go get it if you need it, because that's also going to help you. So
okay, two more things. If we have two screens, okay, we can put them one in a central position and then another one like the laptop, but maybe you can have another screen, not a laptop, the other one on one side, okay? But if you are working with both screens at the same time, in this case, you need to put them, let's imagine we have another screen here, okay? Now it's my laptop, but you put them on a way that the line between them, it's in front of you, okay? and then you're able to just move a bit, just turn a bit your neck for that, okay, instead of this, okay. And please, while you're working, try to think if you are looking a lot or too much the screen that you have on one side, because if you are doing this, if you are doing this too much time, then it comes an injury on your back, okay, and you are very well sit, okay, and you have done everything we explained you today, but this detail maybe even can make you to feel dizzy, or things that you think, oh, maybe I'm on a stress situation, I feel dizzy, or I have to pain on my back, and maybe it's only this, that you are all the time on this position, and all this thing is getting injured, okay. If you talk a lot on the phone, maybe you need a headset, okay. And from time to time, we strictly recommend you to make some stretching exercises, okay. I'm going to show you one that you can do while you're working, and no one around you, I think, is going to be surprised, okay. You can just interlace your fingers, or it's not necessary to interlace it. You just twist your hands, and you try to, and you push, you try to touch this screen, that it's on a good distance, because you already know the correct distance. You try to reach it 15 seconds, okay. And as well, if you want, you can turn your neck, and you can flex a bit, and you may feel here this muscle.
Yeah, you have to feel the whole stretching of the muscle all the way from the very bottom of your head to the almost end of your shoulder. So that way, you know you're actually stretching. Otherwise, you're just posing.
And in fact, you can rotate, or I don't know how to call that, okay.
Yeah, rotation of shoulders.
Rotation of shoulders.
You mostly know all of this because you've probably heard it, seen it somewhere, but you don't usually do it. Just take 5 minutes of your day to even write it down, have it posted on your computer. Hey, stretching, and then just move your shoulders around, like stretch your shoulder muscle, stretch your arms and your back. Like all of this, you mostly know.
Okay, and let's back to the chair, because I think this is the new one. Okay. Yeah. There are two more things that we can adjust on our chair, and it's important to know them. One is the depth of the seat, okay? So as you see, there is a hole here, okay? So the seat, we can move it, we can push it on, or we can pull it out, okay? And there is a lever for that. I guess it's just one. So we hold it with our, and I guess
sometimes it gets more complicated than it should be.
You need to press it. You don't need to pull it. You need to press it. Okay. Now it's close to the backrest. Okay. But if I press it, I can move it. 1, 2, 3 steps. Okay.
Why is this important?
Okay, this is important because everything is related to your height. Okay. So if me, okay, I'm 1 meter 84. Okay, so I think I'm tall. Okay, and if you work with mobile phones or anything in your pockets, please remove it. Okay, you will feel more comfortable. This one better,
No,
right?
that one's fine.
Oh, that one. Okay. Look at my calves. Are they touching the edge of the seat? They are pretty close, okay, but they're not touching it. So if you're touching with the calf the seat, you need to push it in, okay. And then the pelvis should be rested. All the pelvis rested on the backrest. So if the depth is too
if the seat
too
is
far, okay, if the seat is too far, then your pelvis is not going to rest. So you are creating, or you're making an awkward posture, and you are making your lower back work, okay, to balance. So pelvis close to the backrest, calves not touching the edge of the seat. So for me now, it's okay. But what happens if, remember to hold the chair. What's happening now? That as I'm tall, okay, I need to move my bottom farther, okay? So now, because if I'm too close, then I cannot rest my back. So what I'm going to do unconsciously, okay, is I'm not resting my back, so I'm going to move my pelvis. Oh, now like a sofa. Oh, I'm very comfortable. But pelvis is not touching the backward. So you can fix that. Moving or adjusting the depth. Okay. And
that works for chairs who have all these adjustments. Obviously, at home we might not have them. We will show you now,
but
how to do
both of them, the old one and the new one, they can.
Yeah. So the chairs we have here at ICN2 do have all these adjustments. So they are pretty good ergonomically speaking.
And the new one, okay, let's make it comfortable for me. I'm tall, okay. Now, pelvis, good. Back, good position. Comfortable. It's not a sofa, it's a chair for working. My feet on the floor. And what happens with the lower back? Which is the best position for the lower back? Do you think it has to be straight all my back, or maybe I should curve it a bit, like this backrest, as you see?
Yeah.
It's a bit curved, okay? So do you think that the curved position of this chair is good for anyone, tall and short people? Or do you think maybe tall people should have this curve higher and short people should have this curve lower. So what do you think? Anyone there at home? Have you thought about this? Have you realized that? Can anyone tell me if I should adjust this? Because the new chairs, you can adjust it. So now is on the low position. So now the curve is on my pelvis. Do you think it's comfortable for me? No. Having the curve on the pelvis? Or, so let's find, where is my lower back? Okay, my lower back is here, okay? Higher than the pelvis. So if it's here, the curve should be here. So here you have let's say sticks.
Yeah.
Okay.
Some sort of handles.
Yeah.
So you can
I don't know,
adjust.
maybe this camera. Okay. These things.
It's too dark. I don't think I can see it on the camera.
Okay. Anyway, there are two sticks. So we need to hold them, both of them, and we just pull up, and we can look for our
comfortable position. You will
our lower back.
Yeah.
Now is on my lower back.
It's harder to explain. It's harder to see, but as soon as you try it with your own chairs, you will feel it.
Yeah, you will feel it. Yeah,
it's much
like,
more practical that way.
We are okay. Let's. And now, much better. Okay. And that was the last thing about chairs. As you see,
we're not talking about chairs anymore.
Yeah, as you see, we have a lot of items to adjust. Okay, a lot of levers and buttons, but all of them have a use. So now we are going to see this, but at home. So at home, I think, well, you can have a desk. I prefer you have a desk, okay? But maybe you don't have a desk, and you have the living room.
You have the dining table, you have the kitchen table, you may have your kids' bedroom table, and that's the whole setup you may be able to have. So you should be able to adjust the same things we've just adjusted on your office desk, but at home, maybe on a more simple way, or using things you have at home. There's no need, most likely, or usually, there's no need to buy like the best ergonomic chair in the market or the best ergonomic desk in the market. Like, you can make all these adjustments as well with the things you have at home.
You can make these adjustments, but if you work every day at home,
of course,
you need this.
Eventually,
but if you eventually work, I don't know, not at your home, maybe you go to your parents' home, or you are during 1-2 hours in other place that you don't have a desk, but you have a table and you have a chair, okay, a common chair. So let's try to make it comfortable. And the rules are the same for the desk. So all what we have learned, so we keep it in mind. We just need to think how to transpose what we do in a desk here.
Yeah.
And I don't know if we have a new volunteer, or
I can be the volunteer.
You can be the volunteer.
I'll be the volunteer this time. All right. So I'm home. I'm not comfortable. This is the worst chair in the world. No, I'm kidding. And I have my laptop, which is more like usually what people would do. That's it. I just need my laptop. I'm gonna start working. I think I'm gonna make myself comfortable. This is it. I'm working from home. Very, very bad. What would you say now?
Well, if you are less than 1 hour, I'm not concerned.
Sure.
But if you are more than 1 hour, let's start to concern about this. Let's take it seriously. So as you see, her pelvis is far from the backrest because she need to rest the back. Okay. Now she changed the position, but I assure you that in 30 minutes she will be. Can you do the other position? In 30 minutes she will be
Back.
like this. Okay.
Yeah.
So to so we don't have this curve, okay, at
No.
these kind of chairs. Okay. So how do you think can we produce this curve, or to simulate that the backrest bends a bit? Remember, 90 degrees is too straight. Let's find 100. Okay. This one is 100, more or less. Okay. So, but there are chairs that they are 90 degrees. Okay, especially kitchen chairs. So, how do you think we can fix that? So, can anyone tell me?
Can we put a cushion or something like soft that
Okay,
Raj is mentioning to put a cushion on the back or something soft.
yeah.
So
Oh yeah.
I brought some.
which is the best one?
The green one, I think.
Yeah. How do we call these pillows or cushions?
Is cushion for me is cushion.
Okay, technically, they are lower back
Okay.
pillows. Okay, so let's see if it fits.
Yeah. If I had.
Okay, you are now she's rising it
Yeah. So it's.
because you don't want it on the pelvis.
Yeah. This is uncomfortable.
You want
Like-
it where? You want it on the lower back. Ta-da!
There.
And now the curve, you can see it. Okay. And what happened with her feet? Well, in this case,
So in this case, the
this
table
this table is a good table.
kind of helps.
Yes.
But usually on this kind of chairs, I'm usually very uncomfortable. My feet are hanging from the chairs most likely. So I would need to put up some boxes. Like think of any shoe boxes you may have, or any, like, we all have stuff at home that we don't use. And it's actually useful for us. So just use those kind of.
You can take a book as well.
Some books,
An
pile
old
of books.
book that you
Yeah.
don't like. Okay.
Same thing here. I mean, this is okay for a few minutes, maybe an hour, but I would be uncomfortable working on my laptop for a whole day. I would eventually push it and maybe get a keyboard like that one and get my own keyboard separate from the laptop, which would be the next step to the ideal home setup.
So we add a keyboard, okay? And a mouse.
There.
What else? People at home, I want you to participate. We're making history today, I guess, here in or not. But for me, it's the first time that we're having this kind of lesson, okay? So we want you to participate. What do you think about the?
Height of the laptop.
Exactly.
So height of the screen, it's way lower from my eye level. So I would need to raise it up. Again, I'm home, I don't have my super amazing screen from the office, so I just get some
So yeah, so in this
paper
case,
boxes or anything, just put it down there.
Or
there are also like laptop holders, I don't know the specific name, which would rise your laptop that way, so you can have your
yes,
screen like that.
exactly.
They are also very useful, pretty cheap, by the way, on Amazon, so feel free to check them out. But for a improvised home setup, this is fine.
Okay, and realize that now the screen maybe is too far. Can you? Okay, so in this case, you can move.
I was also far from the table in this case, so
Okay,
yeah, that's
now,
it.
more or less. Okay, safety position.
Yeah. So basically, we've achieved in very few steps a similar position to what we have on our proper office desk. So just think of the basics, as in your body should be always resting, although we're working, but it's not a physical work, so you shouldn't be tense. Just the screen as a proper distance at the proper level. Always have movement of your equipment around, because you might actually want to, I don't know, need a notebook for some reason down there, and just for a few minutes put it, then put your keyboard back to where you're comfortable typing. Same with your mouse and everything on the table. Usually, if you're working on your dining room table, you might have, I don't know, a vase with flowers and your partner's stuff on the other side. Always make sure to clear those things up before setting up for work.
Yes, and one more thing, if you ever worked on this way, okay, you know that after 2 hours you start to feel uncomfortable, especially on the bottom. Okay, so what can we do for the bottom to to make this more comfortable?
Add more pillows.
More pillows. More pillows. Pillow on the bottom, pillow on the lower back. Now you are higher, so
Yeah.
maybe
Now I would need a.
we need to check on the feet again. Okay, so now you can last more. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So I think 2, 3, 4 hours, up to 4 hours, you can stay on that position 1 day per week. Okay, but if you are so this is not for every day, and it's very important to understand this. If anyone at home is still working on that way, we need to change that. Okay, after 1 year and 2 months, I guess everyone now has this at home, because you already noticed that. But if anyone is still doing this, remember the desk solution or the chair. I mean, you can have a dining table, but you can
Yeah, there are levels to achieve
exactly
a comfort
so
for working. So you would always, instead of getting the best, nicer table in the world and sitting on a, excuse the language, like shit chair, just actually get a proper chair first, because it's what's holding your body. So you can fix the table, you can fix the setup whenever you have more resources or more time or whatever. But if you have to choose, go for the chair first.
exactly. And if you don't have a desk like this, Oh no, it's here. Okay. Okay, you can have this chair, and you can work on this table with this chair. And then you just adjust the other items, and that's it. So the table is not the problem. It's all around the table. Okay, chair, screen, keyboard, mouse.
Yeah.
This kind of table,
round tables are not the best.
Round table, they are not the best. Okay, because what's happening with the arm resting? Remember that we want half, more or less. Okay. Well, in this case, but if it was smaller, okay, maybe then we have a problem here.
So most people also.
And what happened? Look on the mouse.
Yeah.
So unconsciously, I'm going to do this, okay?
Yeah.
Because I want to rest my lower arm. Okay, 1 hour, 2 hours, 1 day, 2 days, you injure your back, okay? So it's better to have a
square table, yeah.
Okay, or if it's round, a big one.
Yeah. But as you said, for a few hours, as
Yeah,
long
of
as
course.
you like have a straight position and a decent, like, you basically just have to prepare yourself for it. It's like when you go doing sport, you stretch or you warm up. Instead of warming up, you just prepare your table, prepare your chair. So the other thing some people have at home is usually a higher surface to work, and some people want to work standing up. So you can do a few hours here and then just take your laptop, put it up here, and work standing up, which might make it, is it okay? Should I turn around? There you go.
Okay, so I insist on resting. So every hour, 5 minutes, you have a call, stand up. You can stand up, and you can walk. You are in the living room, okay? Or I don't know, in the office. Okay, but if you're at home in the living room, stand up. Okay.
Use those toilet excuses, water excuses. Just use that to stand up and walk around your house.
Everything that you can do while standing, do it. Okay. We know that some people like to work a while on a standing position. Okay. To adjust on a standing position is more difficult. Okay. Because as you see now, my arms, what angle they are? What is the elbow angle here? Is it 90, 80? There is no angle. Okay, it's extended practically. So, and what I'm doing here is I'm flexing the neck. Okay, I'm flexing a lot the neck, and I need to I need to bend my knees. So if you're tall, you see, working, I don't know, maybe a kitchen bar, or people usually do that. Okay, if you're tall, it's not a good start. Okay, if you're not too tall,
yeah, for me,
okay,
it's not that uncomfortable. I'm almost on a distant position. I still, though, have to bend my neck down. My arms are not relaxed. It should be more like up here, which is easily achievable with, again, stuff you have around at home. So now I can even rest my wrist here, but this is, again, only for a little bit.
she's not Now she's not resting the half of the arm,
I'm not.
so it's not the best position.
So this would be, yeah.
She don't need to flex her neck a lot, okay, but she's still flexing her neck. So 1 hour. 1 hour if you want. And then notice that this is not a neutral position at all, okay? You're standing. So after a while, you will injure your lower back. So remember when you're in a concert or you're in an event that you're standing, okay? You're on your feet. After 2 hours, the other is like, okay, I need to sit, okay? So to fix that, okay, we have a home solution as well. So when you are in a cafeteria, okay, and you're on the bar, okay, you know that there is like a stick or like, let's say a small bar, and that's for putting your feet. So here we need to do the same. You need to rest one of them, okay? You need to rest one of them 5 minutes, then you change, or 5, 10, 15. Then you can change the feet, either foot. Sophia? Okay. And then you change again.
You realize you need one of these when you're standing, and you start.
Yeah. So I'm not walking. So as I'm not walking, I need to break this position, okay? This awkward position. So I do that.
Yeah.
So.
But still, this would be a short period working position. So use it to rest from your usual setup if you're home, but not for a whole day.
Exactly. For me, 1 hour. For me, 1 hour. And if you are not very tall, me, I'm 184. No, I can do that. Okay, I cannot work. So I just realized that I cannot work. So
yeah.
Sit.
So, is there anything else you haven't covered?
Otherwise,
no. It's been a while.
Well, just remember when we do the manual handling, okay? Because we move boxes and okay. So even if I just pick up a small box, okay, remember bending your knees. It's very important. Holding it with 2 hands, with both of hands, okay, and close to the body. Even if it's just, I don't know how heavy is it, but
like a kilo maybe.
Yeah, no, more. That's more than 3 kilos. Yes. Yeah, it's more than 3. Okay, so and the distance that we carry this should be not more than 10 meters. Okay, if we're handling loads and we're transporting them more than more than 10 meters. Okay, it's not good. And if you want, we'll be talking about awkward postures using the computer, okay? But awkward postures, they are for everything in life. And you will ask, what are the awkward postures? Well, all postures, they are awkward postures, okay? Even if we are sitting, okay, after a while, it becomes an awkward posture, okay? If we are standing, you see, after a while, is an awkward posture. Anyway, the more neutral posture is when you are kind of relaxed, okay? So this is a neutral posture, okay? So this is awkward posture, awkward posture, awkward posture, awkward posture, okay? Very awkward posture, okay? Awkward posture, but awkward posture, awkward posture, awkward posture, awkward posture.
Basically, anything that
Okay.
over 10 seconds feels unnatural, it's going to be eventually bad for you.
Except while we're working on the computer, remember, we're usually on this way, okay? So, as I told you, this would be an awkward posture, okay? But if, in this case, if we're not moving it, if we're not twisting, okay, we are not bending or extending, okay, this awkward posture is, let's say, it's less dangerous than the other one that you've seen, okay? But any posture is awkward posture, even if when you sleep and you are on sleeping, you know that the day that you sleep more than, I don't know, 11 hours, 10 or 11 hours, you wake up and it's like, oh my God. So I was 11 hours sleeping, so I should be a new person, and you're awkward posture, okay? So time is the let's say one of the variables that increases the danger and the kind of posture of awkward posture. And for me, I think it's all. If you have any questions or you want to comment anything, or I don't know, you have another thing than a desk, a dining table, or a tall table, a bar, American bar.
Yeah, I think that, so we've extended ourselves over our time probably. So any questions, if you don't want to put them on now, just send them to safety. We always want to hear from you. So anything, any doubts you have, any questions you have, any safety issues you think that could exist, just send them our way to safety@icn2.cat. So thank you, Albert, for the lesson, and thank you all for joining us today. This is all. Bye.